Okay, my name is Brent Rose. I'm the principal at Prestonsburg Elementary. This is part of our ACT team, and then Ms. Rebel is our community engagement coordinator. Come here, Mr. Hackworth. Now that's going to be tough to follow, and I left my puppet at home, but I did bring Mr. Hackworth to do some talking for me. All right. So anyway, our problem in practice, what we wanted to look at is what could we do to have long-lasting, sustained growth for our school, and what would help and impact our students the most from where we're at right now. And we've been pretty successful as far as K-Prep and so forth. So we wanted to look at our students taking more ownership, and that kind of led into the growth mindset way of thinking. So that led us to our theory of action within our ACT program. So, and you can read it, but I'll read it to you too. Prestonsburg Elementary is enhancing a growth mindset way of thinking by having teachers and students conference and develop goals associated with improving reading and math skills as measured by the MAP benchmark assessment. So we wanted to look at setting goals. We've already been setting goals, but we want to take it a little bit further, and then also empower our students to lead those discussions with their parents and keep on moving in a direction, because like so many schools in Eastern Kentucky, we're at 75% free and reduced, and many of you are much higher than us. So, you know, a lot of times what they're getting at school, they've got to take home because their parents and grandparents and so forth, whoever's raising them, don't have that. So that kind of takes us to our next steps. First, Bobby, you want to talk just a little bit about he's our assessment coordinator within the ACT team, so you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay, my name is Bobby Hackworth, and I'm the building assessment coordinator at Prestonsburg Elementary. We use MAP a lot for our benchmark assessment. We're taking this data and we're developing a baseline for our students' progress. We took last year's spring data and we put it to the fall to see where these kids have advanced, and then we'll do so each and every time that we have our testing. Our teachers use these data boards, and we also have a common planning for each grade level, so that way each one of these, each and every day they can get together when they need to, and they can look over their own data. We also do that 3 times a year. We'll have meetings, and we get in groups, and then we talk about our data, where we're at, where we need to be, and where we need to go from there to advance our kids to become better students here at Prestonsburg Elementary.
Okay, and so going along with our next steps, some things we've been fortunate upon, we're utilizing our Unite Club and our tutor with Unite. We were able to get a Unite grant. We also have Christian Appalachian Project coming in doing tutoring, as well as doing some anti-bullying programs, and as those were mentioned. We're using our ESS money and so forth. So we're really putting a lot of different things together, but we also have some other items that I want to talk about. First, I have Miss Garrett here. She's our 5th grade teacher. Would you talk just a little bit about your student-led conferencing and how you're doing this?
I'm Kristen Garrett. I teach 5th grade. We're departmentalized. There's 5 of us. I feel like our school does a pretty good job with engagement and rigorous activities and instruction. So we got together and we discussed how we could make our 5th graders get a little skin in the game and have a part of what we're trying to accomplish. So we piloted on our own last year, and we did a classroom data board, which is a wall where they map their MAP scores. And in my classroom, they map their reading scores, and we talk about, areas of strength and weakness, and they identify those with me. And then they keep data assessment notebooks in my classroom. I've heard several schools mention them today. I was not a big advocate until I did it. It's a little more work, but once you get a routine, the kids know when we take assessments, we do a pre-assessment, we see where we are, then we do the lessons, and then we do a post-assessment, and we chart growth. We look at how we're doing and if we've accomplished what we needed to accomplish. And the biggest impact that we saw last year, we implemented student-led conferencing. And so the students, I work with them and I give them their data. We use the San Diego, we use our STAR testing, we use our MAP benchmark assessments, we use grades. We also do personalized learning surveys to find out how they best learn. The kids know what their strengths and weaknesses are there. We use a lot of parent communication to establish a good understanding of what each kid knows and likes and wants to do and what drives them. And then we sit down with the kids and we go over all of those reports, and they have them in their notebooks. But then we invite the parents in, and the parents sit down with the students, and the students tell their parents how they're doing and what they need to work on. And we develop strategies that will help them improve where they want to grow. And so, like I said, they have skin in the game. They're part of that growth, and they watch the data board move each benchmark assessment, and we've seen great rewards come from that because they're involved and they have some ownership in that. So.
I'm Wendy Poe, and I'm the art teacher at our school. And I work with a great team. Our whole school is always together. We have great ideas. And one of the things that we are implementing this year are STEAM nights. Now, I hear a lot about STEM, and you all know what that is. But if you include the arts in there, that's where it becomes STEAM. And you cannot have your STEM without the innovative and creativity that artists can create for you. So that's where we're coming up with our STEAM nights. So one of the first things that we're going to do, and we're planning that for next month, is having a night that we are going to do activities that go around inventing your own catapults. So if you go back into the original catapults, you will find out that Leonardo da Vinci was one of the first to ever create that. He was a very innovative person, and he was also a very great artist, musician, and just a really good-looking guy. So that night is going to be a really great fun for the kids. We're going to have different stations at different times, and then they should come out with some good things that night.
I'm Rebel Reynolds, and I'm the Family Resource Center Director, and I take care of the community engagement part of our ACT team. Family Resource Centers are already actively involved in the community, and that's a great partnership for the school and the Resource Center. One of the programs that came out this year is their Tiny Black Cat Academy, which is actually born out of the Born Learning Academies from the governor's office. And basically what that is we bring parents and kids 0 to 5 in. We have community people come in. This past week I had our extension office come in, and they did nutrition with the parents while the children were doing blocks, and then we tied it all in together with the parents and the students doing an activity. You can provide snacks. We try to do nutritional snacks, and that's what we did this time because we were doing nutrition. Sometimes I sneak in a pizza every now and then, but it's a great program. Some parts of our county have better attendance than others. We are really busy, it looks like, in Prestonsburg all the time, so we have lots of things going on, but they do come out, and it's great. Our Unite Clubs is awesome. We're one of the only 3 elementary schools in our district this year that actually have a Unite Club member, and they're doing great. They do prevention programs, and once again, they work with me through the Resource Center to do these activities too. MSU does collaboration with us and does mentoring. One of the best things I think we have this year at Prestonsburg is our awesome PTA. Last night was our first ever trunk or treat, and it was awesome. Did not think we would have as many people that actually came out, but we had so many community partners that came out to support us. And I can honestly say that if we have a need, we usually get it met by someone in the community. And it may not be someone that you would think, but sometimes always somebody steps up for us. So community engagement is a wonderful opportunity to bring your people in and let them see what's going on at school. Let them have ownership into that.
All right. And so finally, how are we using the money we receive from the ACT grant? Well, we've used a lot of it with professional development and travel, and then we're also using it with things to help support those STEAM nights and some of the other activities we have, because we want it to be something that's going to be sustainable over time. And we didn't want to spend money on food, for example, even though she had great food the other night. And then that's something that, while it's needed right now, it's not going to help us over time, so we've tried to be more sustainable. But we've been very blessed to be honored and be in the ACT program, and we're excited about pulling these things together and seeing how we can change Prestonsburg Elementary for the best. So I want to thank you.